I did want to talk about as far as Teenage Exocolonist. We've played it once through no, it's Ascension. Damn, I might need to check that out. So we played through this previously, and if you don't know about this game, you know, it's a game of growing up on this alien planet that you and your friends are all born to. We start at the age of 10 and it ends when we turn 20. So we have 10 years. And the game's basically split up into segments of like an event where you do like a little card game sort of thing, and story sections that happen each month. And we do about 12 plus 1, so 13 per year. And we need to get certain stats up to unlock certain things. We need to explore certain places. And in our first time through, there was a lot of weird things going on. We were having these visions of things that were not, things that could have been, things that seemed like different dimensions at first. But it turns out, because like we passed through this wormhole to get to this planet, and it turns out like our consciousness at the end of the game, you know, there's like an epilogue where we grow old, and then our consciousness was like pulled back to our child body way back before the beginning of the game. So it seems like somehow there is a time loop going on, and we had a rough time. This game is very beautiful, has excellent writing, but this game can get very real at times. I'll probably put a content warning up. I need to think of how I want to phrase it right, keep it succinct, but like, it's a game of growing up. It's a game of trying to survive on a new planet. We had some of our friends perish. We had some of the adult figures in our life perish. And I think our major goal we want to do on this second time through, we want to save everyone. That's going to be one of our biggest goals. Try to keep everyone from perishing. I don't know if it's possible. I feel like with a conceit of a time loop, it's gotta be a way. Either foreknowledge will have a different event, or maybe I need to do something specific to prevent it. If I fail, I'll probably do a couple reloads to try things differently to see if it's a you need to do something specific to save them situation. Because again, I have avoided any major spoilers of how this can possibly play out. So I don't know what deaths are scripted and always happen and what deaths are preventable. There's a few that really gave the vibe to me as being very preventable. So we're going to do on those. There's some very major world events that with our foreknowledge, I think we can either avoid them, or whenever they happen, we can beeline to a solution to mitigate their worst happenings. And then more so, I don't believe it's gonna come into play today, because I played like 10 hours for like a month, you know, so like 40 hours to get through the original playthrough of this game. So we're not one sitting this, we're not speed running this. But in the latter half of the game, there is a second group that comes that institutes basically a fascist takeover. So we need to establish a counter coup. Now, our first character, we went very heavy on the botanist, animist. We were very scientific. We kind of ignored some of the more social sort of areas. And I feel like that is the biggest problem that prevented us from being able to formate a coup. We didn't have very good social stats. We didn't have very good relations with some of our people. We didn't have very good knowledge of the government thing. So we're going to be doing that very different this time through. Hey, Panda, welcome on by. Swinging on that. He's just making like a tire swing off the snoot to sleep in. Well, I hope you have a good eat. as far as events that happened in the first game, I'm probably going to skip through any of those events, but we will still like narrate through normally any new events or events that I forgot, and so I might narrate them a second time. So the pacing of this is a little questionable. I tried to do, like, I was going back over my own VODs because like I didn't want to spoil myself on things. So it's like, well, I need to know when this happens. So I'm like scrolling through my VODs. It's like, all right, so it's happening on this month. You know, I have like a Google spreadsheet where it's like, all right, these major events are happening here. All right, I need to make sure I have, you know, this stat by this time. I think I can finagle this. So I need to do, you know, so we have a little bit of preparation, at least for the starting couple years, but things quickly get very variable. Out the gate, there are one stat and one thing that I think are very important for us. We need to get empathy to 33, because stats in this game have milestone unlocks at 33, 66, and 99. Empathy 33 gives us the ability to remove cards from our deck. We didn't get that until very late in the game last time, and with any deck builder, that is very, very important. We also want to maximize when we do certain actions, because there's sometimes we get buffs where we get like more money after an event, or we get more of a certain stat when certain conditions are met. So I want to try and prioritize doing those actions whenever they're going to pay more dividends. And I might be a little bit more aggressive on our save loading, just because we need, I don't know how much we can manipulate the RNG, but if we can get good card battles, because there's meeting the challenge, which is a pass, but then if you exceed the challenge by a certain amount, you usually get a bonus of like an extra skill point. And whenever you're only getting like 1Z, 2Z skill points whenever doing things, that adds up a lot, especially because we want to be hitting those milestone perks as soon as possible. There's a lot of jobs that don't unlock until we have certain stats as well. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how things plan out. But I think that's enough theory crafting. I think it's time for us to start our new life. Come on, I'm just like, oh, don't worry. Ah, yes, content warning. Thank you, game, for reminding me to put a content warning. So content warning. Growing up. Existential. Let's just say dangers. Let's just say existential dangers. Because, you know, climate dread, you know, things like that. I would say that falls under the umbrella of existential dangers. I think that includes everything. Children in peril. Possibly character death. I'll pin that just in case. As always, take care of yourselves first and foremost. I'm just a silly serpent. If anything could potentially yuck your yums or hurt your evening, you are not going to hurt a scale off my back if you dip out, and I hope to see you another time. But if you stick around, let's see how we grew up. Oh, we get this again. You awake to chaos, a confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you weren't sure how you got here or what on Vertuna is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet, then collapses. Your body aches and your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Wait, why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ears. You try to stand up, but one of your legs folds uselessly underneath you. It won't hold your weight. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat of the fire around you. Glow season. Doggy. Glowing eyes. You shake your head to clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog, like from Earth? Oh, that's no dog. The creature howls and lunges, its jaws open. Good or bad? Aw, well, I hope you have a comfy eat, Panda. Also, I may not have the same voices I pitch for characters as I did in my first run. I am not good at keeping voices consistency, so apologies in advance on that if that might trip you up. There's our spaceship. All right, so that's our stratospheric. There's our parents. We'll stay named Solana. No reason to change that. Male with a masculine appearance. Now, this is new. This didn't happen last time. Your earliest memories of your 4th birthday. There's a big cake with a neat hollow effect that looks like fire, but when you reach out to touch it, all you get is a handful of icing. Yummy! All right, so we can get our mom's gardening trowel. Animal book. A doll from Antecedent. Captain Eudicott's old hat. A learning tablet. Sports ball. So I remember we got... Biology, I think, is going to be really easy for us to get up, so I don't think we need that. We're going to be getting animals from checks. Hairs. So, oh man, the fact that it's giving stats and also improving one of our card things. Flushes are like one of the easiest for us to get. Straights are kind of the worst. And in between the two flushes, animal and learning tablet. I'm going to go with learning tablet. How does science, which is what runs the ship, he also teaches the older kids. The tablet has some great games that teach math using pictures. It has lots of letters you can't read yet. All right. Wait, this is new too, I think. Your earliest memories are... No, that's the 4th birthday. From as early as you can remember, you've had vivid dreams every night. You dream about strangers who seem so familiar and wide open spaces, very different from the stratospheric. Sometimes the dreams are bad, and it makes you scared to go to sleep. So every night, before lights out, your dad tells you a bedtime story. You often ask for tales of Earth, a place you've only seen in holovids. Your dad doesn't want to talk about it. How about we save that for another time, he'll say, or maybe when you're older. He prefers made-up stories. Your favorite is, Sir Knight and Princess Petticoats. We get like a little turtle card. Aww. Superhero Justice Warriors. Nice. Future Dog and the Space Cadets. Stories from your dreams. Dream people. Oh, that's spooky. Oh, okay. So our past lives are going to get interesting. Hey, Dreki, you got it? Oh, what'd you get, Vala? Also, welcome on by. Let me see. First card, -1, last card. So I think this just gives us bonus cards. Strength guard to next becomes 2. This is a net. I mean, it'd be good for helping to get pairs, maybe. That's just a straight 4. This is a total of 3. You got Rain World? Oh! Ooh, I hope you have fun with Wayne World. It is a fantastic game. Let's go with stories from your dreams. You've always been weird that way. You beg him to tell you stories about aliens called the Gardeners, and insist they're real people you've met. Or will meet. Or something. They're from your dreams, but it seems so real. It's more like remembering. It's hard to explain. Your family doesn't understand, but your dad is happy to play make-believe. Together, you make up new adventures for the Gardeners every night. Hello, Shrub. Welcome on by. Alright, so Augment, this is the same. And Calm Temperament is going to be the way to go, because it will help us manage our stress. Because we get 2 less stress, and so that will let us squeeze in more events by certain breakpoints. Okay, so the socializing person was Mars. So we are going to be friends with Mars. Mars has always acts. Mars always acts like she's the boss, even to the adults. She talks back to Auntie Sedent and ends up in trouble a lot. One day when you're 8, you're all going to the gym to bounce on the bouncy mats, but Mars can't. She's in time out. Again! Okay, so we can stay with her, we can help her sneak out, or we can plead on her behalf. Plead on her behalf. That seems social. You convince Auntie Sedent to let Mars come and play this time. Auntie Sedent allows it, but also warns you about how some people will take advantage of you. Who's playing Monk? Ooh. Monk is a good one. Not too different from Survivor. Okay, so ooh, recalibrate the shields. Can we recalibrate the shields? You give Professor Howell the slip, a move you've practiced for this day, and rush to the engine wing, past confused adults who try to stop you. You find the nearest congruence terminal. Oh, we don't know the root access code. Help me, Congruence. Congruence brushes you off. Almost all of her considerable processing power is going towards making sure the wormhole doesn't destroy the stratospheric. You don't know how to make her do what you want. You yell and beg her to help you, but it's no use! Alright, so we end up on Vertumna. Alright, 2 weeks have passed. Ground! Okay, so these are the same. Rush outside. Wait a minute, I think I messed something up. I just realized I messed something up. So there's an event. We already fucked up. All right. Good job, Dreki. Good job, Dreki. Well played, Dreki. Good job, Dreki. All right. Yeah. Okay. So there's another stat gain event, but I guess we have to go with everyone. This is what I get for being froggy. And ooh, new option. I'm gonna pick that one. Yep, that was our warm up. All right, you know, you gotta warm yourself up for visual novels. You know. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Wait a minute. Fuck. This is what I get for mashing space. We are experiencing temporal difficulties. That happened to me a lot my first playthrough as well. I would try to get like all the text to appear, but instead it would select the first option in a choice. You know what? Whenever we actually load up, I need to check in the settings to see if I can change that. Make it so I can only click to select options. Yes, 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 yes. We are Solana. Mail. Tablet. Stories from our dreams. Okay, calm temperament. Good stuff. Bold and confident Mars. Lead on her behalf. Do as he says. There, it's this. Organizing, empathy. One extra card when drawn. Stress cry, tough face. Find a distraction. Right, okay, yeah. That's what we needed. You start a game of Rambutan with some of your classmates. You pick the topic, types of fruit. Cal thinks about it. I could name 10 kinds of fruit, he says. Maybe I could name 11. Dice mumbles. Anemone confidently... Anemone confidently counters with 12. Back to Cal again. He thinks. I could name 20. The others shrug, and an enemy tells him to go ahead. Apple, orange, banana. Cal starts. And tomatoes are a fruit, and cucumbers, and corn. The game immediately erupts into an argument of semantics, as many games of Rambutan do. Okay, so now we go through the wormhole, everything gets weird. We see visions of things that could have been, could be, will be, never happened. Wake up in our med bay, we jump outside. All right, so let's save. Start. Actually, we're gonna because we may need to load. Let's go year 10, quiet 1. All right. And we wanted to check our settings. We do not want harder challenges. We want to disable the tutorial messages. Sure. Graphics. Bigger menus. I don't think we need bigger menus. Controls. No. It's hardware mouse cursor. Oh. No, I like the stylized cursor. All right, so first, talk to Tammy. Okay, we need to talk to our dad. Oh, you love your dad. All right, so we've done these. It's our birthday. Tell him you know what's in it. And we open the package. Study humanities and engineering. Love you too, Dad. Actually, that will probably help me a lot if I do the, I don't know. I think it's better if it's like, if I don't remember it, we can just do it again. Ooh, dice. What you got to say? Okay, so that's him talking about the walls. I believe you. Okay, so we don't want to, we need to get our relationship up with dice. So we can get outside. Jay Bird, that's not how I get outside the walls. You can't just use the void. Okay, and one of the earliest things we need to do is save Tammy because I was emotionally destroyed, and we're not going to let that happen this time. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot. Oh, man, I forgot where everything is. Because the map changes later. Oh, anemone. Okay, sports ball. Haven't you seen any monsters? What are you making? Aren't you in school? Okay, so combat. So this is the school. We can do study humanities, and that is the one we want to do because creativity and persuasion. Wait, hold on. We have +5 to reasoning. Okay, so that's actually better than delicious juice. All right. So we want to study humanity. Ah! Hank Raku! Holy shit! Look at all those people squinting on over. May the warp force be with you. Engage! Hi! I hope you're enjoying the Star Wars game. Hello. If y'all are coming here on Pank's stream and you are just so enthralled with that squid, I've clicked a button. Now all you have to do is click a button and you can go over to Pank Raku whenever they're live next. Pank has an absolutely amazing stream setup. Anytime I stop over there, I am furiously taking notes on ideas and things I would like to implement myself. Pank Raku is I mean, you know what, Pank? Yeah, you can graffiti the ziggurat. We're down with that. Paint up the place. Go wild. Or I guess Arizal, you can graffiti it. But you know. Pank Raku. God damn it. Pank Raku. Redeemed in his France, Pank Raku. Apologies. I'm really bad with names. Definitely correct me if I fuck up anyone's handle. Pank Ra. No one says it right the first time. Spin. Welcome to the Ziggurat, Mystic, the Dark Elf, and a Red Pendant, and Gender Chimera. Ooh, we have 2 chimeras. If I had a nickel for every chimera that stops by here, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. But you know what? Still surprised we have 2. But we need 3, because you know the chimera has the 3 heads. Or is it 3 heads and then the snake tail? Would that be 4 nickels? You know what? Instead of doing mythological creature math, I should maybe introduce myself. I am Dreki Ormer, the Dracopodic Serpent, the Flightless Dragon, or simply Worm on the internet. Playing games, doing nerd stuff. Today we are going through Teenage Exocolonists for the 2nd run. This is our 2nd loop through. So I would say, even though I've completed it once, don't go hog wild on the spoilers. So we had a lot of failures in our first run through. Love the wall or more snake or. Oh, did you So, fun fact with my handle. The way I get fantasy names for characters is I'll just get like 1 or 2 words and then look at them in different languages and then pick ones that look interesting. And so that's how I got Dreki or Mer. Orm snake in my language. RGB snake. Yeah, it seems, you know, unfortunately the Ziggurat has that portal of the void that's sort of always open. And unfortunately, the chaos of the void can afflict such magical creatures as me. I hope you're amazed by the Sandevistan Pankraru. But yeah, y'all don't need to worry. You know, any draconic creatures, you know, make sure to socially distance. I don't want to infect you as well with the chaos storm. It should work itself out. It's mostly a cosmetic affliction, not so hazardous at least. Both you ready? Oh no, you got chaos storm. What do you say? What redeem? I'm not seeing. Oh, I see. Gnome. Aha. So the gnome didn't work. So I'll refund that. I'll also refund. God damn it. The random bullshit. I forgot my throwing system, chat. Thank you for reminding me that I'm a professional at this shenanigans of streaming. So let me just perish as I contemplate failing to set everything up in a timely manner. I'm going to snake jail, which is like normal jail, but like you need a second set of bars because snakes can just slither through. You didn't know snakes had tits? Look, you can't ignore the snitties, okay? It's where the snake milk comes off. Anyway, now that you've been cursed with that knowledge, Twitch connect throw scene. All right, let me just wiggle around. All right, let me get this weird ghostly apparition around my ghost outline so I can be nice and hidden. So we can do that. And then if we do over to the bot of streaming, we can check. I just have them inside the throwing system. They're not on streamer bot. So Dreki is going to go over into the triggers. You know, we'll just make sure things work. You know, we'll grab wherever the fucking gnome is, and we'll just put it on a random hotkey. All right. Yep. The gnomes have figured out a way to phase into the spooky dimension. Great. Good for them. Did I just reset the entire? Breathe in. Breathe out. Boop's not a throw, but it is probably invisible with everything fucked, so apologies. Let me reset this hotkey. Yeah, we're gonna need to, you need to all not. We're just gonna need to enable all. Okay, so I'm going to the gnome, so we need to enable gnomes. Okay. Throw one gnome, get gnomed. All right, cooldowns hold by Twitch. We don't need to worry about that. What was the thing? We had a random bullshit. Where's my random bullshit? Where's my random bullshit? Is it comfy throw? It is comfy throw. All right, so let's try this again. All right, so you got the plushie. You got a slug pup. All right. You got a Dreki dog with the sauce. Delicious. Let's do just a whole bunch of other things. Make sure it's all working. All right, yeah. We get a nice variety. You know, we get some slug cats. We're getting some Drekis. We're getting some plushies. All right. Let's reset the hotkey this time. Go back to the throw scene, turn that back off, and we are back to normal for a given definition of normal when it comes to streaming. Mystic Elf, thank you for the snug scription. It is never necessary, but you always appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the emotes. What am I? Let me see if I can find my train of thought, which derailed a very long time ago. Pank. Streaming is hard work, so at the very least, I implore you to stand up, wiggle it out, leave a piss, take a water, grab a water different from where you pissed. That'd be my recommendation, but you know, you do you. But if you got to rate and run, that is perfectly fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we pet and or scritch the snake? There are head pats. I don't have scritches. There's boops. There's head pats. There's all sorts of shenanigans. Actually, I think... Oh, I think of like a head pats. It can be a little probably hard to see when I'm spooky, but I mean... I suppose that's what happens when, you know, I've went through a chaos storm and then I perished, apparently. Oh, I think of like a boops. Right. Right. Switching tracks back to the game. So, Teenage Exocolonist. Yep, that's the void. That's the void portal. One of these days, I'll remember to put the OSHA railings back up. But until then, kindly refrain from falling into the portal or pushing people into the portal or using the portal as a garbage disposal unit. The creatures of the void are innumerable, unspeakable entities, and putting trash into their space makes them even more angry than they generally get at the very concept of existence. So don't poke the eldritch void entities from beyond the seams of reality. So, Teenage Exocolonist. If you haven't played this, there is a pin. There is a pin, right? Is it unpinned? Oh. I hate myself. I hate everything. Nope, it's not that. Shice. All right, let me redo the pin, apparently. So, there are some content warnings with this game. Children in peril is a big one, because we are basically growing up. What did I phrase it as? Like existential, not dread, but danger, because there are some things like climate distress that may come up. Colonialism, or vaguely colonial topics, because we are a colony of humans that have come to this alien planet. Can I pin it? Oh, I forgot to switch it to the manually unpin. That's why. So it automatically fell off. So if there's any content warnings that may, if any of those may yuck your yums or ruin your evening, you are not going to hurt any scales off my back if you dip out. Thanks for stopping on by. Hope to see you another time. But if you do stick around, I hope you enjoy our second playthrough. Our first playthrough was pretty rough. We had a lot of important people die. Our goal of this playthrough is to save all the people and successfully rebel against the fascists that show up in the second half. We failed to do any of that because our character had like no social abilities. And we are going to focus on fixing that this time, as well as trying to hit some important milestones early in the game to hopefully improve our chances of success. I do like narrating, but I'm going to kind of zip past anything that I've already done or remember, just for the sake of getting to new stuff. And also, you know, it feels weird saying things twice. Let's see, we get to our first event, studying humanities. All right. Today's assignment is an easy one, Hal says with a yawn, because I was up late preparing congruences subterminal, and I could use a nap. I'd like you to write an essay about what the Vitumna colony means to you. Freedom, equality, democracy. All right, our friends, we feel safe here. Just doodle instead of writing. Who's just doodling? Democracy. Ooh, we get some persuasion. Although, you're totally sure if the colony's government is a real democracy. You know, the council votes on things, but you don't get to vote. And who chooses the council members anyway? The governor? Who chooses the governor? The council? You may be just a kid, but you can tell you're missing something here. Ah, yeah, smart kid, smart kid. All right, here's the card game. So you want to get big wins. Go +1. So we want to get those extra stats. Oh, right. I should have gone for... Right. We still get a benefit if we get the highest. All right, and then our birthday happens. This has all happened before. That seems like a bad idea. I learned some stuff. All right. Zip past these. We can shovel dirt in geoponics. Nice, nice, nice. Try and get to try and prepare for this. I did like review and make like a little spreadsheet to try and figure out which actions to take, at least for the start year or so, vaguely, to hopefully hit our milestones. Oh. Hey Solana, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. Walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. This spark snow would ruin my good clothes. At least on the ship, we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you like running around in it, could you fetch them for me? God, the music just brings up. Oh, absolutely. Like, this game, I feel like this is going to be my game of the year this year. It does so many things so very well, and it just scratches all of the brain itches. And Matt's out and he says, yeah, I maxed out a good few. Fairly late in the game, though. I definitely am wanting to max out some of my perception, I think was the big one, because that one is going to let me really farm for a lot of stuff on the expeditions. Okay, so we want this. Good, Mars class. She's probably just down the hill near our quarters. Mars sighs. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. I mean, that's fine. Cooking's necessary. Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Solana, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? I'm here for Mars's soy treats. Tammy smiles at you. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets made fresh this morning, she says. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos to nanoprint it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Oh, Mars being a little mean to Tammy, but, you know, she cares. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. All right, quick little fetch quest. I eated them. I want half. You want them, you gotta pay up. Do we want money? I want half. I don't want to put cards in my deck. Okay. Wait a minute. I thought that would give us some relationship with Mars. Because I think the thing I'm thinking of, I need to get 20 friendship with Mars. Because our big goal is getting 10 friendship with Dice. So we can go outside. Yeah. Thing is, we may be a little more save scummy on some of these things to try and figure things out. Saving Tammy, though, I will fucking cry if that's a scripted death and we can't actually save Tammany. I would be so jebaited from the visions of an older Tammy. You're her study partner. Yeah. Let's help her with her homework. Wait, we lost reasoning? Very simple. Yeah, if there's any, like, this is a scripted death, you can't save them, don't waste the time trying to save scum and do things differently, that would be appreciated. Actually, what if I load auto save? What if I load this one? Calm? Really? That's a little frustrating because in my first run, I was going to romance an enemy, and the path that she went was not good. It was not good. So in my spreadsheet, you know, and one of the things I did is make sure, all right, so here's everyone's birthdays. Here's all the things they like. Vase just has fuck you. Not the void. No. Yeah, I was really hoping there would be ways to help an enemy, but it really seems like it's one of those things where you can see why they went down that path, and it's just all that much more disappointing. Oh, we're spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning on dial-up. All right. I don't know why this keeps happening of late. You know what? We'll just restart streamer bot. Let's just do that. You can prevent that, and if you put in the work, you can help Vase too. You know, sure. It's one of those things where if people have the spoons and capability to do it, power to them. I don't. Ah! Throwing explosive drinks. All right, well, everything is broken, and I try to fix my model. All right, that's right. It takes about 5 minutes for StreamerBot to sync up with VTube Studio. Except my reset is not working. Oh, because it's Alt. There we go. It's a lot of work, and I have to remind myself, I don't have to do everyone else's emotional labor. Yeah, exactly. Sail! Okay. I fucked up. We're off to a great start today over here in the Ziggurat, playing this game. You know what? You know what? Anytime we reload, just imagine, like, it's a time loop, all right? We're leaning into the time loop conceit. Just think it's like, think of it as like a one of those montage scenes in like Day After Tomorrow, like where Tom Cruise keeps getting fucked up, and you can see how he's had to learn through all these deaths how to get through certain situations. Also, because it's funny just watching Tom Cruise eat shit. Okay, so we get the soy sweets. Okay. We go over here. Maybe we'll get relationship with Mars if we take the... She kind of tends to respect peers. Because of greedy people like you, we had to learn. Mars scowls at you. This is extortion, she complains. Didn't you learn anything from Earth history class? It's because of greedy people like you that we had to leave Earth. You're pretty sure that it wasn't what you learned about labor activism. Fine, Mars grumbles, but only because I can afford it. You know, it's not right to bully me just because I have so many kudos. That's right. I like Mars. I love Mars's design. She's so cool. But she is very capitalism and commodity poisoned during the early and teenage years. I believe I remember her getting better in the latter half of the game. I think after the fascists show up, Mars takes a turn for the based. We don't stand Tom Cruise in this stream. Yeah, we don't stand Tom Cruise. We don't stand Scientology. I'm gonna say that. Scientology's not great. It's pretty fucked up. Sika's looking for people to do delivery jobs, she says, gesturing at the depot behind her. Considering all you care about is kudos, you're a perfect fit. Just tell them I referred you. Yeah, and it's speaking of Scientology, also I'm gonna save U10 Q2. I found out one of my grandparents used to be in Scientology, but the way I found out is on one of my birthdays I got like this super heavy box. And it was basically like every L. Ron Hubbard book. And it's like, what the fuck is this? Why? Who sent this to me? Wait, you? What? So that was a conversation starter. Also, I need to turn my scene lighting back on. All right. Also, Tammy should give us cake. Right. So we took an L, we lost reasoning. So if we do study, of course, no, we lose reasoning. Okay. I don't want to lose stats, especially this early in the game, because there's so many things gated by stats. So let's do used to play with her. Tammy had the best doll collection. After her mom died, her dad used all his nanoprinter credits to print her a different doll every month for a whole year. Her ears perk up when she sees you. Oh, hello, Solana, she says. Her voice is soft and dreamy, like a beam of starlight. Do you want to play dolls? I sure do. There we go. Hell yes. We need that empathy. 33 empathy is one of our big milestones we want to hit early. Because it lets us remove cards. 33 organization to fit more skill slots, and I think 66 animals is the other one that's fairly achievable. You don't think Tammy will ever be too old to play with dolls. If anything, she has even more of them now. She takes you to her quarters and brings out the entire Spacey Stacy doll collection, a disturbingly realistic baby with real bowel movements and 2 super fancy posable dolls named Lily and Tilly, who can be programmed to move on their own. Tammy isn't very good at the programming, so Lily and Tilly just roll around awkwardly when you turn them on. You cover quickly by saying they must be breakdancing at a club. The two of you spend the afternoon making up stories of their rise to stardom as professional dancers. Okay, that's cute. I love Tammy. Tammy was great. I was, in my first run, I was best friends with Tammy. Which made the thing that happened all the much worse. And I cried. And cried and cried and cried. Alright, so we got an event with an enemy. Do a trick! Bounce it back. Alright, that gives us toughness. Not bad. Free stats is still free stats. Okay, so sports ball. Right. Okay, so on day 2, we want to... Oh, we have events with our parents. Okay, so Professor Howell. Helping engineering. Okay, so let's just talk about all the jobs. What have you been up to today? Playing in the fresh air. Okay, so that's not new. We do want to work in... Okay, so we need 10 toughness or 10 organization. Shoots. We have 5 organization. We're fucked on toughness. Do we have anything that can give us a little boost to organization? We can shovel dirt. That'll give us toughness. What about sports ball? Gives us bravery and 1 toughness. We do need to get at least 5 bravery, but I think we'll get that from sneaking out. This is relaxing. We don't want to do that yet. Reasoning, biology, creativity, persuasion. I don't know if that takes an action, so let's just check if we can register. Okay, that just gives us +1 engineering and +1 organization. Okay. If we study engineering, we'll get engineering and reasoning. Not organization. We are 4 short of organization. Shice. Okay. So let's get our toughness up. Okay. Where do I move it again? From there to there. Ah, yes. Moving dirt. Let's get to work. Okay. And we need to be getting those super goals. Not good. Do we need to... If I reload... and do this again, will we draw different cards? Okay, where did this happen? Okay, it's after we done that. Does it autosave right before we pick a thing? Okay, so it seems like it autosaves right before we do an action.